Welcome to the Fishbowl Sports Radio. My name is Chief here, and joining me today is Juicy and the newest member of the Fishbowl, Bear. How you doing today, fellas?
I'm
All
great, Chief.
right.
Great. How about you, Juicy?
I'm great. How about y'all?
Oh, dude,
I'm
fantastic. Another day in
I'm
paradise.
doing I'm doing very well myself here. So LSU was a little sluggish last week. Talking about Saturday's matchup against Louisiana Tech. A little bit closer than a lot of people would take it for. Defense played very well. Offense was sluggish here. Let's start you off, Bear. What you thought about LSU's offense against Louisiana Tech?
Well, Chief, here we go again. I'm gonna be very hard on LSU again this week, but the offense was very sluggish. I mean, if stat wise, if you look at the stats, yeah, the rushing yards look great. It was like 13 carries on like 130 something or 40 something yards, but two of those carries came and it was like half of the rushing yards. So if you take those two carries out and those 90 something rushing yards, it was very inefficient. Um, Losing Braylon Moore, our best offensive lineman and our center, it really hurt because DJ Chester came in at center. He's kind of like our utility guy, and it just the offensive line was out of sync. Nussmeyer did not look comfortable. I'm sorry. He's Native American this week. His name is Stonefeet. Stonefeet Stonefeet was very he just got kind of flustered in the pocket, got sacked a few times. I think it was like three or four times. I don't know if he just refuses to run because of the whole preseason like tendonitis thing, or he just doesn't feel comfortable and wanting to
or
risk
he's
getting hurt. But
or he's
then
just
we also
slow and he can't run
we
fast.
also we also lost Trey Green in this game, so he dodged a major injury as far as we know, what Brian Kelly told us, and Braylon Moore
Mhm.
won't be back until the
Oh,
Ole Miss game. So, but other than that, I mean,
one, two,
the defense won the
two,
day. I mean,
one.
they came through again and did
Mhm.
their job, but the offense was just really sluggish, and I don't know if it was just vanilla play calling, but I mean, I don't know. It just wasn't. I just was not impressed. It, so that's my take on it.
What you think, Juicy?
I was trying to say, or Nussmeyer just didn't run because he's slow. Maybe that had something to do with it too. But I mean, Bear's right. I mean, for the most part, everything he said was pretty spot on. I mean, the scoreboard, though, I would say the scoreboard didn't show it, but you never felt like LSU ever had lost control of that game. Like they dominated, especially on defense. There's no doubt about that. Uh, they had a few. They had a couple mistakes in the red zone. They had that missed field goal. They had a turnover. I know at least for sure one turnover in the red zone. So the score could have
Well,
been
they
a
had
little bit.
in the
This
first quarter too.
The score could have been a little bit more. The score could have showed it a little bit more if they would have capitalized on that. So they missed out on a few chances for some more scores there. But yeah, the offense was the running game, like you said, was highly inconsistent. And thankfully, Trey Green though is not out for a lengthy amount of time. So they're saying he might take this week off or and then be back next week, from what I'm understanding. But that's my
Yeah,
take on it. I mean, I think it's still,
initial they said it could have been a season-ending injury, but I think we dodged that bullet.
but
Yeah, if you're
overall, I
watching the
mean,
video, that lineman landed right on top of him on that knee while he's blocking a defender, and it
And the
looked
guy
like
picked.
my first reaction whenever I saw the video, I was like, or like watching the game and stuff, and I was like,
Oh yeah, he's
dude,
done.
like I was like, oh, this could be bad, like,
Yeah, but
but. I mean, it looked like he's gonna come out on the end of it. It's gonna be good. I would probably sit him this week just to make sure he's all good to go here because LSU's got a lot of weapons on offense, especially in that receiver room. They're very deep at receiver, so
they got
I
Aaron
don't see a
Anderson,
need to
Chris
rush him back.
Hilton. I think they'd be
Yeah,
all
I don't see
right.
a need to rush him back. I just think it's a waste of time if they did that. Unless it's like a dire situation that you need to have Trey Green in there, but I think it's good for them now. I want to move this along a little bit here.
Oh yeah.
Florida is gonna be mad. They're gonna be angry because they lost to USF, a shocking loss, and they're gonna bring that into this game against LSU. Now, it could get really bad for Billy Napier. I'm not gonna lie. If you look at the schedule coming up for Florida, it is
Oh, it's
absolutely
brutal.
brutal.
It's
They got a
brutal.
brutal
It is
stretch of the game.
brutal. Because you have Miami, Texas, and Texas A&M following this game here. If he loses against LSU, it's gonna put him in a really, really bad spot here. Um, we'll find. I mean, this is gonna be another test for LSU. Hopefully, they can get the rushing attack being more consistent. That's something I was warning everybody about when I talked about the preseason. And the reason why I picked LSU to be 9-3 was because is the defense going to get better? Is the running game going to get better? That's why
Well,
I
the
made my
defense has gotten
prediction nine
better.
and
We're
three.
just waiting on that
Yes,
running game to.
yeah, but look, if the defense improved, you got a really good chance of making the college football playoff. That's what I'd said in the
Yeah.
preseason prediction. Now it's looking like it's greatly improved. I mean, the Weeks brothers had a really good play, that we posted on our socials. They were just going after
Yeah.
Louisiana
Harold
Tech
Perkins,
quarterback.
Harold Perkins, and the Weeks brothers definitely anchor it down.
Yeah, they
Jason,
got
I
a,
talked about this yesterday. I think. I think LSU's defense right now is ranked like what 34th. I think.
and that was in that
Um,
range that I was talking about with like if you go up from 80 to 50 or 30, how much like what does that look like? And it's looking very well for LSU right now because if the 9-3 was going to be my floor for this LSU football team
Actually,
entering
no,
next
I
year.
remember now. LSU, their defense nationally right now is ranked like number 7 or something.
Oh, number 7. I think it was
They're
the.
giving up like 207.5 yards per game right now,
Maybe
average.
it was their passing that was. I don't know. We had talked about it the other day. My numbers are
But
skewed a little.
it's all like all LSU's offense is just passing the football right now. It's not consistently running the ball and take like if
That's
someone
fine if they can protect
well, the
Nussmeier
only problem
better.
with that, Juicy, is if somebody game going against LSU and they're able to control the clock
Now,
because the best defense is
A good
keeping
offense
an offense
is keeping an
on the
offense
sideline.
on the sideline. Yep.
So if
now,
they chew clock, that could be a problem. Now, with Florida, I don't think they're going to chew clock against LSU. I think they're too much spread. Napier likes to run the pistol formation at times, spread offense. RP could be RPO too. They
predictable.
like doing the RPO runs. Napier is famous for that. He did it at UL. He's doing it at Florida. Um,
Yeah,
I mean,
that's supposedly one of the things that's like plagued him since he was at UL is the predictable play calling. Because like when they go out of the pistol
yeah,
or the shotgun, they pass. And when they go out of the I formation, that they run. And teams have already figured that out. I mean, and I was listening to some analysis today on the Paul Fonbaum show. I mean, it's Paul Fonbaum, take it or leave it. But this lady called in and said that Billy Napier, he went on a 6 game winning streak, and one of the conditions for him keeping his job was for him to hire an offensive coordinator, which I mean, obviously he hasn't done. So, and the supposedly the administration, the athletic director has already been given the go ahead. If they have to pull the plug, then they can pull the plug on him. It's only like a $15 million buyout on his contract.
only right.
Like a drastic
But I mean,
buyout.
Compared to the 80 million Brian Kelly has, yeah.
yeah. So look, I know last
Like,
year
so
Florida
let
beat
me throw
LSU. Go
no,
ahead.
let me throw something. So, currently, right now, Billy's 40 games into his Florida tenure. He is 20-20 in his Florida tenure. He's 4-14 in the SEC in those 40 games. Dan Mullen at this same point was 31-9 in 40 games, and Florida canned him just for nothing because he supposedly lost control of the team. The offense wasn't doing, defense wasn't. So just something to kind of throw out there.
Yeah, I mean it's not looking good for Napier to say the least. But last time Florida and LSU played, they beat them 27-16, and it's like the defense was bad last year for LSU. I think everybody can kind of like,
But
yeah, that was a problem.
weird things always happen when we play Florida, though. Like just
The
Weird
these
things
shoe
happen
thing,
all the time.
weird off the wall things like the shoe game, and that gave us the chance to win the game in what 2019. So like,
and the fourth downs with Jacob Hester.
yeah, the fourth downs,
All
yeah,
the fourth downs, the Brad Wing taunting call. I mean, that
Tim
wasn't really
Tebow,
bad. It did
Tebow
take a
jump
touchdown
pass,
away.
the Tim Tebow jump passes, the fake field goal, what Les Miles did like 2 years in a row.
Yeah, he did that against
Um,
Urban Meyer.
yep. It's it'll be a fun one. It's gonna be on ABC, 6:30. Um,
Prime time, baby, prime time.
so
Yeah, when we get more into the game, I have some other analysis I'll throw in there, but I'm going to save that for when we actually make our picks.
so w- how you think LSU is gonna handle the Gators' defensive front? Who do you think wins the battle line of scrimmage? Because I think that's gonna be a very big part in this game, Bear.
Dude, man, that is a good question. I haven't heard anything about. I think all around, as it stands right now, I mean, Florida's defensive line is. I don't know how good they are. I mean, that team as a whole is just not very good right now. They're not playing very good anyway. I think the more questions lie on the bigger issues people are having is on the offensive side of the ball. But I mean, LSU should be able to handle their defensive line. Our offensive line should be able to handle it, depending on what kind of packages they put together.
Now, I do think Florida's defensive line is gonna be in a little bit of trouble because I just don't know how Florida's gonna be able to stop LSU's pass rush. That pass rush is relentless. They're gonna have,
They may have one of their guys suspended or something, or for the first half or
yeah,
whatever, because they had the whole spitting incident last week or something.
Mm-hmm.
and there was some news that broke. I think it was Tuesday. Uh, LSU removed the Texas transfer right before the Florida game. Um, Sidney Mitchell, I think that's how you say his name. I'm not good with names, guys. You have to forgive me.
Oh, it's all good.
He already left the program. I know LSU's defensive line is, they're deep. They rotate seven guys in and out, and it's,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. They
they
rotate
got
six
guys
guys
that
at linebacker.
come in. So it's probably a playing time issue thing. I haven't really seen any updated news on that since the news broke Tuesday. So um,
I know
it's
one
gonna.
guy who's going to be ready to play, Jack Pybar. He's going to be fired up because he's a transfer from Florida.
Oh, he's gonna get up for this game. Always
Oh
nice to
yeah,
stick
he's
to
going
them.
to be primed up, ready to go.
So
Oh yeah.
last week, I know you mentioned Braylon Moore. He's definitely questionable for this game. Do you see him playing Bear at all?
No, last I heard, it said he would be out to the Ole Miss game. That's like what 3 weeks from now.
That's what I read earlier too.
So he's dealing with a high ankle sprain, and those can typically last 4 to 6 weeks, depending on how severe the
And possibly
sprain
longer.
is.
I
Leggings
just
are out.
don't think he's
It'll.
definitely going to be there this week.
Yeah,
I don't
I
really think
personally,
we need him
I don't
this
see
week.
him playing this week. I just don't think it's gonna happen. I just think it'd be really rough on him, and you might possibly lose your center for the whole entire season if you try to force him out there too early. For that there.
I got a question for you, Chief.
Go ahead.
How do you think LSU's defense handles Florida's offense, particularly not well the offense as a whole?
I think they shut him down
I was going to say the same thing.
I think so
because
too.
I because I just don't think they're gonna be able to sit back. Lagway's not gonna be able to sit back in the pocket and be able to throw the
No,
ball.
Blake Baker's going to come
I
after him.
Well,
I don't
here's
think that.
and I'm glad
Go
you
ahead.
brought that up. I'm glad you brought that up because here's the thing about Lagway that nobody's talking about. you remember last year, he dealt with like a shoulder injury that just never really kind of went away and it plagued him all year. Well, he was supposed to have surgery in the off season for that shoulder. He never did. Now his yards per completion is basically his completion percentage is like way up from last year, but his yards per completion is basically cut in half because he can't throw the ball consistently deep down the field. And the few passes he has attempted, they're like way inaccurate and way underthrown.
Well, Blake
The
Baker's
offensive
not gonna
line
give him
was
time to
and
sit back there.
he never had surgery on that shoulder, so it's actually affecting him being able to throw the football.
which he won't be able to stretch the defense. You know, like if you're throwing short, medium passes, and you can't take them deep shots like you want to because that's how you beat an aggressive defense. You take shots deep or you do a quick slant route to get your receivers the ball and be able to pick up yards after the catch there. That's what they're gonna need to do, or screen passes or something to maybe offset LSU's pass rush. But
And Florida
even
doesn't
with
have
all that there, I just don't see Florida being able to hold off that defensive attack that LSU is going to have. And
their
with
running game.
that, let's get down to the picks here.
Yeah, their running game is not very good either. So
Yeah, I just don't see either one of them being very much aggressive. That's why I'm going to pick LSU to beat Florida. I think LSU's defense is going to hold Florida back enough. My only concern for LSU is if they can generate enough of a running attack to where Florida's not having to
yeah,
Throw
drop eight in the
throw some kind of
secondary.
score range out there. I was gonna say throw some kind of final score range.
take some
Final
pressure off.
score?
Yeah,
Okay.
a rough estimate. You think?
So
The 4.5 point
I'm
spread right now.
thinking let's go look at the point spread because I'm
I
kind of
thought it was up
curious
to
to
nine
see.
and a half the other day. I just saw it.
No, it's down to
So
4.5, I think.
it is 7.5 according to Yahoo right now.
Okay.
And you know what? I'm taking those points from LSU. LSU beats Florida by 14. What you think, Juicy?
I was gonna actually say the same amount of points. I was gonna say about like a 28-14. I think.
What you thinking, Bear?
I got LSU by 10.
Oh, that you see, we all got double digit points. I, I just I just think that's what's gonna happen this week. So we're picking the top 25 games. Let's get that going here. Indiana
There.
State, they're playing on a Friday night, okay? Indiana State taking on number 22, Indiana. Give me Indiana. The Hoosiers are going to win this one. What you thinking, Juicy?
Yeah, I got Indiana.
Bear?
Yeah, Indiana with that high powered offense, meaning they're fast paced. I mean, it shouldn't be a contest. They should win this game easily.
Number 12, Clemson, going on the road to take on Georgia Tech. Clemson's a slight favorite in this one, 3.5 point favorite. Clemson, I'm worried about them. Troy gave them fits here. You know, give me the Yellow Jackets pulling upset. What you think,
Wow,
Juicy?
wow. I'm not quite so Georgia Tech's gonna win. I do think this game's gonna be close too, though. But I don't think Georgia Tech's gonna pull it off. I mean, Clemson had to rally late to win, so I think Clemson's gonna pull it off, but it ain't gonna be
I
by
do
much.
I do think that hurts LSU with that Troy game. Something to keep an eye on.
We'll see.
What you
We'll
think, Bear?
see.
So Clemson's down their top two receivers in this for this week. Um, Cade Klubnik just does not look comfortable back there in the pocket. Clemson's having offensive line issues. They had rotating guys in and out because they keep getting slight injuries. Their running game is not what everybody thought it was, and basically without Klubnik, they don't have a running game. So I'm taking Georgia Tech 23-20.
Hey, that's what
It,
I'm
and
talking
well,
about.
and Haynes King also is also questionable this week too. If Haynes King plays, Georgia Tech wins. If he doesn't,
Yeah,
Clemson wins.
I agree with that one very much so. Wisconsin taking on number 19, Alabama. Alabama put a butt whooping on ULM this
It was
past
just
week, and
ULM, bro. Chill out, God. It was just ULM.
uh, um, I know it was like 70 some points here. I do think Alabama does kind of get back to what they are. That loss might have actually re re-energized them and get ready for this game against Wisconsin. It's too early to say if they're back But I
Yeah.
got my doubts on Alabama here, but I'm gonna pick them. It, what you think, Juicy?
I'm a little bit doubtful about them, but I'll go with the benefit of the doubt. I think Alabama's going.
What you thinking, Bear?
Yeah, if this was Wisconsin of like 10 years ago, this game would be way more competitive. Wisconsin's like a bottom 50 team right now. And so Alabama should easily, by like 20, 21, should be able to take care of business at home.
Number four, Oregon, taking on Northwestern. I got the Ducks. Juicy,
Give me the Ducks.
Bear.
I got the Ducks as well. Northwestern is just way overmatched. They won't be able to slow them down.
Yeah. Central Michigan, taking on number 23, Michigan. I'm thinking Central Michigan's got a real good chance to lose this game. Give me Michigan. What you think, Juicy?
Oh, good wizardry of words there. I'm gonna go with Michigan.
What you think, Bear?
Yeah, with all their issues Michigan had last week, inconsistently running the ball. Bryce Underwood just didn't look comfortable out there, but I mean they should win this game easily.
Number 13, Oklahoma, taking on Temple. I got the let's go Boomer sooner. What you thinking, Juicy?
I got the Sooners.
What you thinking, Bear?
Yeah, I got the Sooners. Let's just hope John Mateer doesn't have to touch the ball 40 times from throwing and running to be able to get it going for him.
Hey, they're getting all their NIL money worth out of him.
Yeah,
South Alabama taking on number 24, Auburn. South Alabama coming again across a loss against Tulane. I think they're gonna lose this one to Auburn as well. Give me the Auburn Tigers to win this one. What you think, Juicy?
War Eagle, baby. That's what I'd say.
What you thinking, Bear?
yeah. South Alabama's a little overmatched. So give me the fighting Hugh Freeze.
Oregon State Beavers taking number 21 Texas Tech Red Raiders.
Oh,
I got Texas Tech winning this one. I
Texas,
think,
you go ahead.
yeah, I think their offense is going to be too much for Oregon State to handle. What you thinking,
yeah.
Juicy?
I got Texas Tech as well. Texas Tech's been a little bit of a surprise this year. I'm like their offense really good. I got the Red Raiders.
Is it really a surprise if you dump? I forget how much money. I think it was like
That's
twenty
true
something
though.
million
They
dollars
dumped
for
all that
him.
money, but still, they haven't been good for so long.
What you thinking, Bear?
Yeah, Oregon State is another one of those like bottom 50 to 60 teams. I mean, they're just like way overmatched in this one. Texas Tech should win this one easily.
Oh man, this is going to be a big one in
Is it the second
Knoxville.
Saturday in October game?
Number 6 Georgia taking number 15 Tennessee.
That's where college game day
Um,
is going.
Second
yeah,
Saturday in
uh,
September game.
3.5 point favorites is Georgia. This is gonna be a good game.
Where's the game
Tennessee,
being played at? I don't even know
it's
who's
gonna be in Knoxville.
in Knoxville.
It'll be Tennessee.
I'm
It's gonna be
confident.
tough on Georgia. I'm not gonna lie. I don't really. I'm not sold on Georgia yet. I have not seen them
Ooh,
play anybody enough to where I can confidently say this pick.
In the freezer.
I'm gonna go with Georgia winning by a field goal though. But I'm very much on the fence with this one. If you ask me this later on in the week, I might flip my vote 2 or 3 times. What you thinking, Juicy?
Well, I'm gonna go with the home team, man. Give me the Volunteers.
That's fair. I could see it. Trust me. What you thinking, Bear?
yeah, Georgia's a little inconsistent on offense. Gunnar Stockton just doesn't look like he's
I'm more
comfortable back
confident in
there.
Tennessee than Georgia.
He's definitely dealing with some issues. Being able to effectively move the football. Georgia's offense is a little sluggish. Maybe because they haven't played anybody. Maybe we don't know. Tennessee's looking like 2021 Tennessee. Where they just ran all over everybody because they were able to run 80 plays a game. But I'm taking the upset. Give me the Volunteers at home, baby. Rocky
Okay.
Top by 3.
All right.
Give me
Villanova taking
Rocky
on number
Top.
two. Villanova taking on number two Penn State here. I got the Nittany Lions winning this one. What you think, Juicy?
I got Nittany Lion.
What you think, Bear?
Gone.
Penn State.
If it was
Number
basketball, it
14.
might be Villanova though.
Hey, yeah, it might be a
Yeah,
good one there. Number 14, Iowa State taking on Arkansas State. I got Iowa State winning this one over Arkansas State. What you thinking, Juicy?
She moves her body like a cyclone. I got the cyclone.
All right. What about you, Bear?
Arkansas State's way overmatched. So give me Iowa State.
The Louisiana Raging Cajuns are going to go on the road to take on number 25 Missouri Tigers. If you watched our Raging Cajun preview earlier this week, I already picked this game with Jalen. Um, the Cajun offense has been putrid to say the least here. But Daniel Beal, he's gonna be he's their replacement for Walker Howard. Walker Howard got injured
I'm
in the
assuming
first
you
game
picked
against Rice.
Missouri. I'm assuming you picked
Um,
Missouri.
Shelton Sampson was supposed to be like this wide receiver one from LSU, being a very good receiver, but he's been dropping the ball. He's already got 4 or 5 drops in the first 2 games, so
Kind of look like CD Lamb
it's
against the.
not it's not looking too good for the Cajuns offense. Now Cajun defense, they gave up 14 points to Rice and they gave up 10 points to McNeese. That's their first 2 games.
Ooh, Rice and
So
McNeese.
um the their
Don't.
defense is the strongest point of this team and the running game. So they did well against McNeese running the football. I just don't think it's gonna be enough. Give me Missouri. What you think, Juicy?
Everything you just said, I got Missouri.
What you think, Bear?
Yeah, I'm taking Missouri too, but there should be some familiarity with because it is Eli Drinkwitz who used to coach at App State, so it
Yes, it is.
familiarity
UTEP
with
Interesting
taking on
point to bring up.
Yep, UTEP taking on number 7 Texas. I got the Longhorns. What you think, Juicy?
Yeah, I got the Longhorns.
What you think, Bear?
Yeah, Longhorns. Arch Manning will have another 4 or 5 touchdowns before halftime.
Number 18 South Florida taking number 5 Miami. Now,
This turned out
this
to be a
one
pretty interesting matchup.
this is a treacherous one because South Florida bullied Boise State. They got a field goal win against Florida. Can they pull up the trifecta of upsets here against Miami? Miami's favored by 17 and a half. If I was actually betting on this game, I'm definitely taking South Florida with the 17 and a half points because I think it might actually be closer. I do think a lot of people are still kind of sleeping on South Florida a little bit. But I just don't see them winning this game. I think they lose this by 10. What you think, Juicy?
South Florida and Miami have had some interesting matchups over the past several years. I mean, I think they've beat them a few times, but this year's not going to be one of those times. I think Miami wins this, say like 35-17 or something like that.
What you thinking, Bear?
Yeah, Carson Beck was kind of the spark that offense needed for Miami and their defense. I mean, they played pretty well against Notre Dame, but I mean they didn't really play anybody last week. But I'm gonna pick Miami to win this game. Uh,
Carson Beck brings a lot of experience to Miami, so
Arkansas taking on number 17 Ole Miss. Ole Miss favored by 7. I got Ole Miss winning this one. Arkansas coming off a win against Arkansas State, but I think the Rebels take this one. What you think of Juicy?
for some wild reason, I actually have I don't know why this is in me, but I'm just gonna pick that Arkansas is gonna upset Ole Miss. I don't know why, I just have that feeling, but I just do.
Dude, this is the
Hey,
game that Ole Miss loses every year.
Maybe that's
Nobody
why.
figured out why.
yeah.
I'm gonna
What
say
you thinking,
Arkansas is
Bear?
gonna pull the upset and beat Ole Miss.
What you thinking, Bear?
I'm going with Juicy. I'm picking the upset. I watched that Ole Miss Kentucky game last week, and the Ole Miss's defense. I mean, I wouldn't say that they were bad, but they were inconsistent. They couldn't really hold Kentucky. You know, Kentucky was able to run the ball very well against them. I think Taylor Green's going to take over this game for Arkansas. And like I just said, this is the one game every year that Ole Miss loses that nobody can figure out why they keep losing this game. So I'm picking the upset. Give me the Razorbacks, baby. Woo pig suey.
Ohio taking on number one Ohio State. I got the Buckeyes winning this one. What you thinking, Juicy?
Yeah, I've got the Buckeyes.
What you thinking, Bear?
Yeah, my man Super Saiyan, Mr. Dragon Ball Z, he's gonna take over this game. Give me Ohio State.
Western Michigan taking on number nine Illinois. I got Illinois, the Fighting Illini. What you thinking, Juicy?
I think next week, if I'm not mistaken, I think next week it's Illinois and Ohio State that play each other. I think. Um, so Illinois needs to be careful with this game. This could be a
Yeah,
trap
like,
game, if you want to say.
We're pulling the
So
trap game out right here.
could I think so, but I think Illinois is going to win this one though.
but it
What you
might be a
think?
close. Oh, I mean, it's probably going to be a little closer than the spread has, but I'll take Illinois in this one.
Number 16, Texas A&M taking on number eight Notre Dame. You know what? I know Notre Dame's here by 7. I think the Aggies actually get this one, y'all. Give me the Aggies. What you think, Juicy?
I'm go against you again. I'm gonna go with the Irish. I just think I don't know. I just have a gut feeling the Irish. I'm more confident in that pick right now.
What you thinking, Bear?
Texas A&M has been a little inconsistent on offense, even though they haven't played anybody. They really haven't shown very much. And Marcel Reed just can't seem to get it going. Notre Dame's coming off a loss to Miami, but Notre Dame has a very good running game and their defense is very good. I'm going with Juicy. I'm picking the Irish in this one.
Florida taking on number 3 LSU. We already picked this one, and everybody, all of us across the board picked LSU. Um,
Go Tigers.
so yeah. Vanderbilt taking number 11 South Carolina. I know Vanderbilt was a good story last year. I got South Carolina win this one. What you think, Juicy?
First of all, I want to say, why is Vanderbilt not ranked? I think they should at least already be in the top 25, in all fairness. But I think I'm gonna go with Vandy in this game. Actually, give me Vandy with the
Okay.
upset.
What you thinking, Bear?
Yeah, well, nobody's really talking about Vandy. Their defense is actually improved from last year. And Lenore Sellers has been he's kind of regressed actually. He hasn't really shown what he did last year. I'm going with Juicy. I'm picking the upset. Give me the Commodores, baby.
Number 20 Utah taking on Wyoming. I got the Utes winning this one. What you thinking, Juicy?
I got the Utes.
What you thinking, Bear?
Yeah, this should be an easy game for Utah. Kyle Whittingham seems to always play really disciplined, good offense, good defense. I'll take Utah.
And with that, our top 25 picks are done. And with that brings us to the close of this show here. Thank y'all for tuning in here to this episode here of the Fishbowl Sports Radio. Will be a great, wonderful night. And we'll see you here next time. Have a good night, Fishbowl Nation. Anything you want to say before we go off the air here, boys?
Good night, Fishbowl. That's all I gotta say.
What you thinking, Bear?
Good night, Fishbowl Radio, Fishbowl Nation. Until next week, and I promise we'll try to be a little more lenient on the Tigers.
Unless they
Well,
blow me away with like a 49-0 win or something, I'll be.
we'll see how it goes here. For all of us here at the Fishbowl Radio, hope you have a great, wonderful night. We'll see you here next time here on the Fishbowl Sports Radio. Have a good night, Fishbowl Nation.
Good night.